Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video we're going to break down if Breakfast with the Grinch is worth it or not at Universal Orlando. And we actually just went and did this character meet and greet, and we spent around $60 per person. So if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip, specifically during the Christmas season, you're going to want to be sure to watch this video before you go and spend that $60 per person, because it can add up quickly. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Thank you again so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we are about to break down if Breakfast with the Grinch at Universal Orlando Resort is worth it or not. And for guests who might not know, Grinchmas is an amazing Universal Orlando celebration, which is inspired by Dr. Seuss's classic tale, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, this event typically occurs during the holiday season, which brings festive cheer and whimsical decorations to this area of Islands of Adventure Park. Now, there's specific parts of Grinchmas that do not cost extra. I would say a majority of the events going on for Grinchmas do not cost extra, and you can meet the Grinch during normal park hours, and it does not cost you extra. The only downside to that is that the wait times to meet the Grinch can be extremely long, and I'm talking easily 3 to 4 hours. I actually went and I looked at wait time data, and the all-time average wait to meet the Grinch was 142 minutes, which is around 2.5 hours, and that is the average, right? Which means that on the peak side of things, you could see we can easily get to that 3-hour wait or possibly more, right? And that's where the Breakfast with the Grinch comes into play, because this is a specific character meet and greet that Universal Orlando has during the holiday season, where guests can enjoy a breakfast and they can get the experience to go and meet the Grinch. And what I thought was really, really cool was that there are a bunch of other Whoville characters throughout this experience as well. So what is Breakfast with the Grinch? Well, like I said, specifically, it is during select dates during their holiday season. You have to be mindful of that, because it will, the holiday season can be different every year. Me and my girlfriend did just go to do this experience on our own. We spent our own money to enjoy it, and we went Thanksgiving morning, and I was pleasantly surprised that it really wasn't that busy at the time we went. We checked in right around 9 o'clock. Now, when it comes to trying to figure out, okay, is it worth it or not, right? What are the prices? Well, the prices are going to be $58.99 for adults, $32.99 for kids at the time of the recording of this video anyway. One of the things I would say too is, right off the bat, when we're talking about pricing, you could see, okay, $60 for a breakfast, it is expensive. It's kind of in line though where character experiences are, I would say, between both Disney and Universal Orlando. Universal Orlando doesn't have many character experiences, but I would say this one definitely by far has been my favorite that I've ever done. I will just say that right off the bat. But how do we figure out, okay, is this worth it or not? What I would say is the reservation availability kind of speaks to the fact that it absolutely is worth it. And this is something that people who know about this experience want to go in year in and year out, right? I will say, if you are visiting, you have to book this as soon as it becomes available, because this is an exclusive event and it will sell out when it is released. Okay, so we kind of gotten that out of the way. $58.99 for adults, $32.99 for kids. What does it include? Well, of course, it does include that really, really popular meet and greet with the Grinch. What I would say to this is not your average character meet and greet. This is the Jim Carrey esque Grinch that you would think from the the movie that they did in the early 2000s.
Show me your invitation. I want to make sure it's real and authentic.
I got it on eBay.
She said she got this on eBay. Oh, really? Yeah, it means she shouldn't be in my line. You know what you gotta do? Get out of here. All right, come on. Have that back. I don't want it. You see like beast? What do you know?
He is quick, he is witted. You will feel like you are actually meeting the Grinch, and you will be able to, have fun and joke around and really feel like I said, you're in Whoville and you are meeting the Grinch. I think there's something to be said for that. It is really, really unique compared to a lot of the regular character meet and greets, let's say with the old school characters. It's super, super unique. What I also would say too, there are the other Whoville characters that we really, really enjoyed. We weren't expecting it coming into this, but there are a bunch of characters who are coming up to your table who are, just as quick as the Grinch, but in a charming way and in like a holiday way, right? Where they came over, they were talking to us, they came back and they were singing Christmas carols. And then on top of that, there's also one other character that was available for a meet and greet. I don't know the exact name of this character, but it was the yellow Dr. Seuss character. That was another really, really cool experience. The Circus McGurkus, which is where this takes place, was also over the top decorated for Christmas, which of course, just as you can imagine, for Doctor How the Grinch Stole Christmas, that's what you would expect. You can get into the holiday spirit, and then tying in from a food standpoint, right? How do you figure out? Okay, well, you heard about is the meeting the Grinch, but it's a breakfast. So what type of food was included? Well, to start, for appetizers, they start you with an assortment of fresh baked muffins, seasonal berries, and yogurt. We tried all of this. It was all really, really good. And then guests also do get to their choice of one, breakfast entree. So we'll put the list up on, in the video, but some of the most popular ones, of course, going to be the Grinch pancakes, which are 2 green pancakes, cream cheese icing, whipped topped fresh strawberries, scrambled eggs, and applewood smoked bacon. That's what my girlfriend got. I got the green eggs and ham, as you can imagine, right out of the books. Then some of the other really popular ones, of course, going to be the Martha May's chicken and waffles. The Belgian waffles also looked really, really good. And then you did have a Lou Who's breakfast sandwich, which was a flake everything croissant stuff with scrambled eggs, thick cut bacon, cheddar cheese, roasted tomato, aioli, arugula, served with crispy tater tots. If I went back, I probably would get the breakfast sandwich just to mix it up a little bit. And there's also a bunch of items for kids, as you could see, the green Grinch pancakes, berry Belgian waffles, green pizza, which is green scrambled eggs, cheese, and bacon crumble served with a side of red grapes. Also, you have some just regular scrambled egg options for the kids. The other cool thing, too, was this sour apple slush, which was a kind of just, again, in the Grinchmas spirit, was a slushy type beverage, which was really, really good. We got coffee, we got juice, we got soda. So as you could see, some really, really great breakfast options. I was actually really impressed with, how good the food was, right? I was surprised by just how really, really good the breakfast was. Really, really good size portions, but I guess you would expect that for the price tag, which brings us back to our point, right? Is it worth it or not? Well, like I said, I personally, just based on the amount of, dining experience that I have been lucky enough to have in the parks at this point in my life, I would say it is 100% worth it. It really, really did blow me away just from meeting the Grinch, how unique that was. A really, really nice breakfast. It's the holiday spirit, so that of course has to add to it as well. But I would easily go back and do this again. We're already talking about making it our tradition around the holidays. And if you're the type of person where you love to dive into the numbers too, what I actually did was I went and again, based on, let's say, a 3-hour wait, that if you didn't go with this breakfast, you're going to have to wait for the Grinch unless you do, really, really early in the morning, which you could. But most families would want to go and meet him at their convenience. I looked at essentially a 1-day 2-park ticket. How much does that cost? And I said, okay, on average, a 1-day ticket to Universal Orlando costs $220. You divide that by 12 hours that you would spend in the park. That's costing you $18 per hour. And so what I said was, okay, if you're waiting for 3 hours to meet the Grinch, let's say the breakfast would take you an hour, you're going to pick up 2 extra hours in your day. So I took $18, I times it by 2. So that 2 hours was essentially worth $36 to you. So if you were spending $58.99 for the breakfast minus the $36 in value that you're picking up, essentially breakfast was costing you right around $22 per person just based on the food value alone. And I think for theme park standards, $22 is not that bad. So once again, I come to the conclusion that it is absolutely worth it. And it makes sense because this is by far one of the hardest character dining reservations to get. So be sure that you book it early, especially if you are visiting specifically around Christmas break. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you are in the process of planning that Universal Orlando trip and it does seem like you need more videos like this, just be sure to hit that subscribe button, as I have a lot more similar content coming out in the coming weeks to get you as prepared as possible. And as a thank you for sticking around all the way till the end of this video, I do have a special promo code you can go use on our website, theparkprodigy.com, to save an extra $25 off your next Universal Orlando tickets or vacation package, whatever your heart desires. And that promo code is going to be YouTube25. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you again so much for checking out this video. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.